Hello Internet, my name is Jack, and before I begin, I want to start off by saying no, this is not going to be one of those videos where a YouTuber sits down and it takes them 30 minutes to get to the point and they end up talking in circles. If I end up talking in circles, I will do my best to stop doing that, but I want to do this as a one take. So if I do end up talking in circles, I do apologize, but I will try my best not to. But also me saying I'm not going to talk in circles 3 times makes me feel like I'm already talking in circles, but that's besides the point. Today I've decided that I'm going to sit down and make a very heart-to-heart video with you guys because, as you probably are aware, Christmas was yesterday, and after Christmas I basically considered that the new year. And starting this new year, I really want to do a better job of communicating with you guys, letting you guys know what's going on, how I feel, so that I don't end up hitting a rock bottom, for lack of a better term, rock bottom point, because as you guys know, I truly consider you guys my family, and I don't think it's right to keep secrets like this from what I consider my family, you guys. So I'm going to sit here awkwardly, typical YouTuber style, and tell you how I feel, because I truly believe that I have really messed up. I have been feeling very guilty about something in particular that I'm going to get into here in a second. Basically, for those of you that haven't noticed, JC and I haven't been making videos for the last couple of days. I haven't even really been posting on Instagram. And I want to sort of preface this by saying I haven't had a Christmas break in a very long time. Like, my junior year of high school was when I started daily vlogging during December, and I pretty much did that ever since. I've never actually had a Christmas where I wasn't extremely stressed out, extremely exhausted, tired, depressed, all these things that unfortunately I did to myself. At the time, of course, I didn't see it that way, but as I've gotten older, I've started to, pick up on my bad habits and try to fix them, but that doesn't change the fact that I really haven't had a sort of relaxing, pleasant Christmas break that I got to spend with my friends and my family. This Christmas, I actually did. That's what I did, and I felt like I needed that. I felt like I deserved that, and I'm glad I decided. For those of you that aren't aware, most YouTubers usually will daily vlog or do Vlogmas all throughout December because ad revenue is like double what it usually is. And for the first time ever, I was able to sit back, take a deep breath, and say, you know what? Yes, I'm gonna miss out on some views, some opportunities here and there, but it's not worth my mental health, and I'm going to actually take this time to spend time with my friends and my family, and I couldn't be more proud of myself for that. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, guys, I would have never been able to make that decision a year ago, let alone in high school. I mean, I remember I was daily vlogging like my junior year of high school, like getting like no views, but I still, for whatever reason, felt like I had to do that because I didn't want to disappoint anyone. I felt like people were, waiting for my video, and if I felt like I didn't post, I felt like I'd be letting people down or making people sad, because I'd get comments saying, you're the reason I smile, and it would make me feel so good, but then I wouldn't post for a day, and then I couldn't help but feel like I made them not smile. As corny and weird as that sounds, that's literally how I felt. I felt like I was letting people down and not doing my duty, which was, and my passion, which is making people laugh and inspiring people, or at the very least entertaining people and making their day just a little bit better. And so I would feel this overwhelming sense of failure and guilt for not posting every single day, especially during the Christmas season when everyone was on break and bored and wanting to see my face for some reason, or at least hear my disgusting, inappropriate jokes, because back in the day, my jokes were far worse than they are now. Things have changed since then, but that's beyond the point. I wanted to sit down and talk about why we haven't been posting and why I feel extremely guilty about something that I truly did not expect. Basically, when I put JC on YouTube, I expected some negativity. I really did. I thought it was going to be toxic for a little bit, and then I thought people would slowly adjust and accept this, because I was happy and JC was happy and we were having fun together, and this is what I've always wanted to do, and even better, do it with a pretty girl that I truly love. And that's how I looked at it. But even now, to this day, if you go look at our TikTok, I mean, every single comment is just basically an attack on JC. It's either calling her a downgrade, and I know I've addressed this before, but at this point, it's hurtful. You know, you can read 100 good comments, see one negative one, and for whatever reason, the negative one sticks out like a sore thumb. And that has pretty much been the theme of JC's social media since she started. And at this point, I thought it would be gone. I thought it would have ended, but it hasn't. And I can't help but feel like I'm at fault for putting her in this situation, because obviously when we talked about making a video before she ended up being on YouTube, I told her, like, there's going to be some toxicity, people are going to be a little upset, but I never would have thought that it would be this bad. And I can't help but feel like I've put the girl that I love in this position of constant harassment, and it is killing me. Like, it is killing me. I don't know what to do. I didn't think it'd be as bad as it is. I thought like people would adjust and get used to it, or at least like appreciate that, you know, things were good for me and her and us together. But unfortunately, that's not what has happened. Our comments on YouTube are still like this. The comments on TikTok are just absolutely horrible, and I wish I could sit here and tell you that we are strong people and we don't care, all this nonsense. But the reality is, we do care. We care a lot. We do YouTube for people. We do it so that you can be entertained and inspired and laugh, and then when we see that feedback, it makes us feel good and keeps us inspired and wanting to keep do it. But when every time we check these comments and they're awful, and they're just reminding the girl that I love more than anything of my previous relationship, or how she's not as good, or how, you know, all these horrible things that I would never imagine saying to someone, but for whatever reason, people have just become so comfortable saying this to anyone on the internet. And I can't help but feel this just unbearable amount of guilt for what I've put JC through. Although I certainly didn't expect it. I didn't think this is how it would go, but it seems to be that way. And when we're going through comments, I can't help but feel like I've put her in this position where she's just going to be constantly being harassed and attacked and hurt by people she's never met, nor will she ever meet. And I don't know when it's going to stop. And as a guy who, in a way, started this, I just feel like it's my fault and that I really messed up. And I don't know what else to say. That's basically why we quit posting. I wanted to sit down and just spend time with her, do what I had to do to, you know, reset, figure things out, because I can take it a little bit better than JC can. You know, obviously JC's never gonna come out here and be like, you guys hurt my, like, she's gonna, you know, put on a front. You know, that's what most people do. I think, you know, you put on a front so that you don't come off as extremely vulnerable. No one wants to look weak on the internet, but the reality is we are human. We're more human than ever, honestly, considering we're in a pretty, what would you say, fragile spot in life, especially her. And every time I go on, because for those of you that don't know, I've talked about this before in the past, my like daily routine is I wake up, read comments, and before I go to bed, I read comments, and I'm always responding, liking, and that used to be like my favorite part of the day. By far. Like, that was the part of the day that I enjoyed most, because it immediately reminded me of what I was doing. It made me feel like I was doing the right thing. Like this is what I like to do. I like to entertain. I like to make people laugh, and that's never changed. But now, instead of going on there and reading all these positive comments or comments that are constructive or anything, I just read these constant, like, just blatant harassment, and I don't know what their motive would be other than to hurt JC, and that absolutely breaks my heart. I can't tell you how much that bothers me, because, you know, I never even really know how JC feels about it. I can't imagine she feels good, obviously, but she's never, like, she's not the type of girl that's gonna just be totally open with how much it is hurting. And so I really just decided, or we decided together, that we would step away from social media and just enjoy our Christmas with our friends and family, and that's exactly what we did, and I could not be more happy or happier with that decision. But I figured this video was necessary. I apologize if I did end up talking in circles. I really tried not to, but if I did, I do apologize. But this has been on my mind a lot, and I want to remind everyone that to the people that support us every day, the people that have been open-minded and kind and courteous, or at least just, you know, watched and not felt the need to tear someone down, you know, I really appreciate you guys. Like, I love you guys. If it wasn't for you guys, I obviously wouldn't be here. I wouldn't even be able to sit in front of this camera and say these things or feel like I'm talking to my family when I do these things. And that is all because of you guys, and I really do appreciate it. But lately, you know, during Christmas, you're supposed to be super happy and excited, and I wasn't going to let these comments and social media take that away from the person that I love most. So we took a break, and we are back now, or I'm assuming we will be back pretty soon. But I wanted to say, hope you guys had a fantastic Christmas. I did. I truly did. I had a pretty good time. And I'm excited to see what the new year brings for JC and I, and what we were able to bring to the table for you guys, because, I mean, this is only the beginning, and I feel like it's a fresh beginning because it's a new year. 2020 absolutely sucked for many reasons, by far the hardest year of my life. And I'm glad that it's over. I'm glad that I got to learn and experience everything that I did. I feel like I know myself now more than ever, and I feel like I'm more motivated now than ever. And I'm just so excited to see where my journey and JC and I's journey takes us. And I hope that you guys stick around and decide to take part in it, because it truly means the world to both of us. But in the meantime, I am going to go eat some string cheese, drink some orange juice, and watch something on Netflix. If you have any suggestions, please comment them down below. But I'm going to try to do a better job of doing these types of videos. Maybe not like recent, not like frequently or anything, but when I feel it's necessary, I will certainly do that. But as of right now, I just felt like it was necessary to sit down and talk to you guys and explain why we haven't been posting and things like that. But thank you guys so much for being supportive and kind. You don't know how much that means to just anyone on this earth, really, as corny as that sounds. But thank you so much for watching, and hopefully you guys are excited for what's to come.